Hello, Primary 5 members. How are you today? I know the Lord has been good to you. So we are back here for another lesson, still about banking. Still about banking. We are going to first to review what we looked at last time. But before we do that, I'll first give you a reminder that, as earlier informed, you're supposed to write this work about banking in Madame Miriam's book. You're writing the work about banking in Madame Miriam's book. So, just to remind ourselves, we started looking at banking and we saw a number of new words or vocabularies that we use while talking about banking and banks and money in particular. So I want us to go through them. So among the vocabulary, we looked at bank, bank manager, passbook, teller, deposit, withdraw, credit, balance, safe, account, save, bank statement, bounce, check, forge, cashier, withdraw form, deposit form, ATM card or automated teller machine card, check. We also looked at the queue. So we went ahead to single out the verbs and we gave the different tenses of those verbs that we singled out. In other words, we completed our table of tenses. Let me hope you did it correctly. Then from there, we looked at the nouns that we get from the verbs that are under the vocabulary. So among the nouns we looked at our manager, withdrawal, lender, borrower, signature. We also went ahead to look at the opposites. And let me hope you wrote the correct ones and you got everything correct. So if you got everything correct, you can clap yourself since you are a good learner. So today, we are going to start from where we stopped. And still, we are starting with our spelling activity. We are starting with a spelling exercise. Let me hope you have got your pen and book ready. Since you have them now, and you have written the words spelling activity, are you done with those words spelling activity? Word number one. Word number one is balance. Word number one is balance. Balance. Number two, safe. Safe. Number two is safe. Number three, bank statement. Bank statement. Bank statement. Number four is credit. Number four is credit. Number four is credit. And our number five is Q. Number five is Q. Q. Are you done with writing the spelling activity? Okay, make sure you have written those words. Put your brain to the test. Write those words and don't wait for the corrections that we are going to make. So now I assume that everybody has written the words. So now I want us to go over those words and we'll look at each one of them. So our first word is balance. Our first word is balance. So the spelling for balance is B-A-L-A-N-C-E. The spelling for balance is B-A-L-A-N-C-E. Balance. Balance is a noun and it is at the same time a verb. So the word balance as a noun means the amount of money that is left after taking away some money from the total amount of money that you've had. So the balance means the amount of money that is left after taking away money from the total amount that you've had. For example, if you have like 50,000 shillings and you take away 20,000 shillings, so what you have remained with is the balance. What you have remained with is the balance. Then we shall say that you have remained with a balance of 30,000 shillings. So 30,000 is what has remained after taking away 20,000 from the total amount of money, which is 50,000. So we always have our balance on our banks, so on our bank accounts. So we can go to the bank to check for our balance on the accounts, on our bank balance or our account balance, the money that has remained on our accounts after withdrawing or after removing some money or after taking away some money from the account. So, as a verb, to balance is to have an equal amount of money spent and money received. So you balance the money to show that according to the total amount that you received and the amount that was removed or the amount that was spent, when you add the amount that has remained and the one that has been spent, it gives you the total amount of money. So balance has the continuous form as balancing, and then the past tense is balanced. The past participle is balanced. We go to our word number 2. Our word number 2 is safe. Our word number 2 is safe. Safe is spelled as S-A-F-E. Safe is S-A-F-E. S-A-F-E. Safe is a noun and it is also an adjective. I want us to first look at it as a noun. Safe as a noun means to be protected from any danger or harm. Safe means to be protected from any danger or harm. When you are free from any danger or harm. So now, here when we talk of our money being safe, it means our money is free from the danger of being stolen by anybody else. So safe can still mean a special box where money is locked away for safety. Safe can still mean a special box where money is locked away for safety. So in most cases, in those small groups, those small saving groups, those people usually have special boxes that they make. So they, after collecting their money, they put their money in that box and they lock it with a padlock and they keep it away in a safe place for safety. So safe can also mean that special box. We also said that safe is an adjective. Remember that the adjective tells us more about a noun. So, the adjectives have 3 degrees. They have 3 degrees. We have the positive degree, the comparative degree, and the superlative degree. So, the positive degree is safe, and the comparative degree is safer. Since the word is already ending in letter E, we simply add there R and we make it safer. The superlative degree is safest. The superlative degree is safest. So we add ST on the word safe to make it safest. Let us continue and go to our word number 3, which is bank statement. Our word number 3 is bank statement. Bank statement is written as 2 words, 2 separate words, but to just leave a very small space between the word bank and statement. So if you have written it as one word, it is not correct. So we shall write the word bank first, which is BANK. We skip a small space. Then we write statement. STATEMENT. I repeat. Bank is BANK. Statement is STATEMENT. Bank statement is a noun, and the plural form for bank statement is bank statements. So what is a bank statement? A bank statement is a printed record of all the money paid into and out of a bank account within a particular period of time. I've said a bank statement is a printed record of all the money paid into and out of a bank account within a particular period of time. So when you get that printed record, it will have all the money that was deposited into the bank account and the one that was withdrawn from the bank account in a particular period of time. For example, like in 6 months, like in a month's time, or any period of time. Let us move on to our fourth word. Our fourth word is, yes, credit. Thank you. It is credit. So the word credit is a noun and it is also a verb. Credit. The spelling of credit is C-R-E-D-I-T. C-R-E-D-I-T. That is the spelling for the word credit. So I want us to first look at it as a noun. The word credit has several meanings, but of all the meanings that it has, I want us to concentrate on the one which says that credit is the sum of money paid into a bank account. Credit is the sum of money paid into a bank account. So when I put money in your account, that money that I've put there is what we call credit. So credit is the sum of money paid into a bank account. Then, credit as a verb. Credit as a verb, to credit, is to add an amount of money to somebody's bank account. To credit is to add an amount of money to somebody's bank account. For example, if you had a bank account and I get like 1 million shillings and I deposit it or I pay it into your bank account, then we shall say that I have credited your bank account with 1 million shillings. So if someone puts money on your account, that person is crediting your account. That is why on the bank pay-in slips, or what we normally call bank slips, on top there you always find the word credit, St. Francis, and then the account number. So that money that they are putting on the account, the act of putting that money on that account or paying that money on that bank account is what we call to credit. Credit. So the continuous tense of credit is crediting, and then the past tense is credited, and then the past participle is still credited. I think now we can continue to our number 5, which is Q. Which is Q. Can you say Q? Again. Good. So Q is spelt as Q-U-E. U-E. Have you got me? I've said Q is spelt as Q, letter Q, U, E. Then you add U, E. Yes? So it is Q-U-E, U-E. Yes. So that is the word Q. So Q is a noun and it is also a verb. So we are going to first look at it as a noun. A queue is a line of people or cars waiting for something or to do something. I've said a queue is a line of people or cars waiting for something or to do something. So, when you stand in a line and you are waiting for something, then that line you are standing in is called a queue. So, when you are at school, let me take an example. When you are at school and it is lunchtime, when you line up at the kitchen to get your food, so that line is what we call a queue. When you're lining with your friends, so that line is what we call a queue. You are waiting for something. You are waiting for food. Yes? Even if you're going to do something and you stand in a line with other people, or even when we see cars that are in a line, then we can call it a what? A queue. Thank you. Then queue as a verb. Queue as a verb. To queue is to wait in a line of people in order to do something, or get something, or go somewhere. I've said to queue up. In fact, there we are adding up on the word queue, but we are writing them as two separate words. You write queue, you skip a small space, and then you add up. So, to queue up is to wait in a line of people, or they can be vehicles, in order to do something, or to get something, or go somewhere. So, the continuous tense is queuing. The continuous tense is queuing. So, when we are writing queuing, we shall drop the last E. Remember, we have said the word queue is Q-U-E-U-E. So when we are writing the continuous tense or the present continuous tense, we are going to drop the last E and then we add ing. So our word would be Q-U-E-U-I-N-G. I've said Q-U-E-U-I-N-G. So we can add up and then we say queuing up. We were queuing up at the kitchen for food, meaning that you were lining up at the kitchen for food. You can queue up when you're going to enter the classroom, or when you're being taken out to a trip. So you queue up as you wait to enter the vehicle. Before we continue, I think we are done with our spelling activity. Before we continue, I want us to briefly go back to the word safe. The word safe has its opposite. I don't think I'd given it to you. The opposite of safe is, who knows it? The opposite of safe is unsafe. The opposite of safe is unsafe. So we shall add a prefix on the word safe. We shall add there un, or we shall add there an. Un, we are reading it as an. Then we shall say unsafe. We are writing it as one word. Thank you. I think now we can continue from where we stopped. I think you wrote the sentences correctly using the words that you were given and which words are part of the vocabulary. So now I want us to look at the plural forms. Well, these plural forms are not so hard, and we even talked about some yesterday. So we have the word teller. The plural form for teller is good. We simply add s and we make it tellers. We have bank. Remember that these plural forms are plural forms of nouns. Whereas for the verbs, we have looked at the different tenses of the verb. Now we are looking at the plural forms of the nouns. So we have bank, and the plural form is banks. We simply add S. We have cashier. Cashier is cashiers in the plural, and we simply add S. We have account. Account becomes, thank you, accounts. I know that's what you've said. We simply add letter S to make it accounts. We have bank statement. When there are many, they are correct. Bank statements. We simply add S. We have manager. When there are many, they are called managers. They are called managers. We simply add letter S. Then we have passbook. The plural form for passbook is passbooks. Passbooks. We have check. Check. The plural form for check is checks. The plural form for check is checks. We simply add S on check to make it checks. Still talking about the check. Check has a homophone. Remember, we said that homophones are words that sound the same, they have the same pronunciation, but different spellings and meanings. When we say them out or when we read them, they have the same pronunciation, but with different spellings and meanings. So what is the homophone for check? Good. It is check. Check with C-H-E-C-K. Have you got it? Have you got it? Have said the homophone is C-H-E-C-K. Yeah, so that is the homophone for check. So I want you to use those two words in sentences to show that you know their difference in meanings. So I want us to continue. And we are going to look at arranging words in alphabetical order. So we are going to arrange some of the words still from our vocabulary in alphabetical order. The alphabetical order is the ABC order. So our first example, number 1, we have the words credit, bank, deposit, teller. So these words here we have are starting with different letters. The first one starts with C. The second one, which is bank, starts with B. The third one starts with D. And the fourth starts with T. So these words are very easy to arrange alphabetically. We shall just look at these letters and the way they follow each other in the alphabet. So according to our alphabet, of all these ones, letter B comes first, followed by C, then followed by D, and lastly T. So we shall have bank, credit, deposit, and teller. Our example number 2, we have banking, bounce, bank, balance. Now, I know you have also noticed that all these words are starting with the same letter. They are all starting with letter B. So when we have words that are starting with the same letter, what do? We cancel or we cross the first letter, just as you have said. So we are going to cross or we are going to cancel letter B, and then we move on to the second letter. So when we move on to the second letter, we can see that 3 of these words have letter A as the second letter, and it's only the word bounce that has letter O in the second position. So we are going to first concentrate on those words that have letter A, since A comes before O in the alphabet. So we are going to cross letter A still. We are crossing this A still. So after crossing the A, we move on to the third letter. So moving on to the third letter, 2 words have the same letter. We have banking, bank. They have the same third letter, which is letter N. And then balance, which has letter L. So we are going to first look up which one comes first of N and L. Which one comes first on our alphabet? Good. I know you've said letter L, not so? Yes, L comes before N. So since L comes before N, our word balance is going to be number 1. It will take the first position. Then again, we go back and look at our 2 words, banking and bank. Remember, they have the same third letter, which is letter N. So we are crossing that letter N, or we are cancelling that letter N, and we move on to the third letter. Our third letter is K, is letter K. So since we have this K on both words, we are going to cross it still. So, but as we are crossing it, you'll find out that the word bank, that the letters on the word bank have all been cancelled. Yes? So we have completed cancelling all the words on the word bank. So bank will become number 2, followed by banking and then bounce. So we shall write our words as balance, bank, banking, bounce. I've said you are going to write our words as balance, bank, banking, and bounce. Good. Let me hope we are together. So this is the activity you're going to do for me when you are arranging these words alphabetically. So you're going to arrange the following words alphabetically. Number 1, we have pay, paid, paying, passbook. They are going to be written, so don't worry, you will have somewhere to copy them from. So we have pay, paid, paying, passbook. We have seen that all these words are starting with the same letter. So you are going to do what we have done with example number 2. So our number 2 has words like account, statement, check, forge. We have account, statement, check, forge. Number 3, we have bank manager, deposit form, bank statement, withdraw form. I've said we have bank manager, deposit form, bank statement, withdraw form. Those words are only 4. Please don't separate those words. Don't separate and write bank manager, deposit form. No, they are bank manager, deposit form, bank statement, withdraw form. Number 4, we have teller, ATM card, check, deposit, balance. We have teller, ATM card, check, deposit, balance. And number 5, we have cashier, banker. We have cashier, banker, accountant, borrower. Cashier, banker, accountant, borrower. So you will do, or you rearrange those words alphabetically. I think those 5 will be enough for now, and we shall add on those 5 as we go on. So, amongst what we have looked at, we also have those words that have abbreviations. Remember that abbreviations are short forms of words. So, you are going to write for me the full form of ATM. The full form of ATM. We have already talked about it. So what I have to inform you is that all those words, will begin with small letters. Then we have PIN. PIN. We should note that whoever has an ATM card, the automated teller machine card, must have a PIN. So that card must have a PIN in order for you to operate it, to use it to get money and also to deposit money using the ATM, the automated teller machine. So PIN is personal identification number. PIN is personal identification number. So we also have the word account. We have the word account. So the abbreviation there for account is A/C. A, and we stroke it with C. That is account. Then we also have A/C. You skip a small space and you write NO. You're writing all those in small letters. A/C. You skip a small space and then you write NO. So that is the abbreviation for account number. A/C. You skip a small space, then you write NO. That is the abbreviation for account number. We also have another abbreviation, PA. PA. We put a dot, or what we call a full stop, between P and A. So the full form for that PA is per annum. Per annum. Per annum. Per is written as PER. Per is written as PER. Annum is ANNUM. Annum is ANNUM. So it doubles letter N. The word annum doubles letter N. So annum means year. Annum means the same as year. In other words, it means per year. So since this is an abbreviation, we are not going to write there per year. You write per annum. That is the abbreviation. By telling you here, I just wanted to make the word annum simple, that the word annum means the same as year. So you're also going to write those ones for me in the activity that I'm going to give. So here we have another activity for you. where we are going to write one word for the underlined group of words. Remember, we have been looking at the meaning of our vocabulary. So now, you are going to answer this activity by writing one word for the underlined group of words. So you are going to rewrite. So the instruction is rewrite the sentence giving one word for the underlined group of words. Rewrite the sentence giving one word for the underlined group of words. Number 1 is the place where people keep their money is closed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The place where people keep their money is closed at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The underlined words are place where people keep their money. Number 2. There was a long line of people at the bank. There was a long line of people at the bank. Underlined words are long line of people. Number 3. The person who receives and gives money in the bank was kind to me. The person who receives and gives money in the bank was kind to me. Underlined words are person who receives and gives money in the bank. Number 4. After filling the printed form that one fills so as to put money into a bank account, I handed it to the teller. After filling the printed form that one fills so as to put money into a bank account, I handed it to the teller. The underlined words are printed form that one fills so as to put money into a bank account. Number 5. The customer asked the teller to check for him his amount of money that is left in one's account after making a withdrawal. The customer asked the teller to check for him his amount of money that is left in one's account after making a withdrawal. The underlined words are amount of money that is left in one's account. Number 6. Rogers would like to take money out of a bank account. Rogers would like to take money out of a bank account. The underlined words are let me repeat this number. Rogers would like to take money out of a bank account, 300,000 shillings for the air ticket. Rogers would like to take money out of a bank account, 300,000 shillings for the air ticket. Underlined words are take money out of a bank account. The underlined words are take money out of a bank account. Number 7. Our elder brother is keeping money in order to buy a piece of land. Our elder brother is keeping money in order to buy a piece of land. Underlined words, keeping money. Number 8. Robert lost his plastic card provided by the bank that may be used to get money from one's account out of a machine last month. Robert lost his plastic card provided by the bank that may be used to get money from one's account out of a machine last month. The underlined words are plastic card provided by the bank that may be used to get money from one's account out of a machine. The underlined words are plastic card provided by the bank that may be used to get money from one's account out of a machine. I think we are good to go. We still have here another activity that we are going to do. So here, you are going to use the correct form of the words provided in brackets to complete the given sentences. So you will have to first read the sentences more than once, think about them, and then you think of the possible answer, the most correct answer. It is what you should write there. So the instruction is, use the correct form of the words in the brackets to complete the sentences. So we are using the correct form of the words that have been given in the brackets. Number 1, when I dash my bank statement, I saw how I frequently withdrew my money. When I dash my bank statement, I saw how I frequently withdrew my money. The word in brackets is receive. Number 2, go to the right person when dash some money because some cashiers deal with checks only. Go to the right person when dash some money because some cashiers deal with checks only. The word in brackets is deposit. The word in brackets is deposit. When we are writing the word deposit, we write letter S, yes? But we read it as sound Z. So we read it as deposit. We don't read deposit. So read it as deposit. Number 3, the dash stamped the deposit slip after counting the money. The dash stamped the deposit slip after counting the money. In brackets, cash. In brackets, cash. Paul's uncle is an dash in Stanbic Bank. Paul's uncle is an dash in Stanbic Bank. The word Stanbic Bank should start with capital letters. A capital S on Stanbic and a capital B on bank. Paul's uncle is an dash in Stanbic Bank, in brackets, account. Number 5, most workers get their dash salary through the bank. Most workers get their dash salary through the bank. In brackets, month. In brackets, month. Number 6, their aunt opened up a dash account in Bank of Baroda. Their aunt opened up a dash account in Bank of Baroda. In brackets, save. Number 7, the cashier blamed me for dash the checkbook. The cashier blamed me for dash the checkbook. In brackets, dirty. Number 8, that man in a white suit is the bank dash. That man in a white suit is the bank dash. In brackets, manage. That man in a white suit is the bank dash. In brackets, manage. So as you're using those words to fill in the blank spaces, you're supposed to use the correct tense, the correct form of the word that has been given in brackets, because some of them will turn into nouns and others you're going to use the different forms of the words that have been given in brackets to complete the sentences. So we have almost come to the end of the lesson, but before I end this lesson, I still want to remind you that the work about banking should be written in Madame Miriam's book. Don't mix up the work about peace and security with the work of banking. It is good that you have two books, so you write the work about peace and security in Madame Justine's book. Then this work about banking, write it in Madame Miriam's book. So that is it for today. Thank you for being good learners. I know we have learned a lot, and I'm expecting correct responses from you because I know you have been very attentive. Please be useful at home, help your parents, and stay at home. Stay safe. We love you. Bye.